Hear God, see God, smell God, taste God, touch God, know God, feel God, one God, everywhere God, everyone God, 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 God. Up, 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 down, 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 God is all around. Up, 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 down, 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 God is all around. Hear God, see God, smell God, taste God, touch God, know God, feel God, one God, everywhere God, everyone God, 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 God. In, out, 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 God is all about. In, out, 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 God is all about. Hear God, see God, smell God, taste God, touch God, know God, feel God, one God, everywhere God, everyone God, 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 God. You, me, and all of us it's plain to see. You, me, and all of us it's plain to see. Hear God, see God, smell God, taste God, touch God, know God, feel God, one God, everywhere God, everyone God, 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 God.
I believe that God's in me. 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 The light in my darkness, the voice in my silence. I believe that God's in me. I believe that God's in me. The sun's in the color and fragrance of a flower. I believe that God's in me. I believe that God's in me. The sun's in the color and fragrance of a flower. I believe that God's in me. I believe that God's in me. The sun's in the color and fragrance of a flower. I believe that God's in me. I believe that God's in me. The sun's in the color and fragrance of a flower. The light in my darkness, the voice in my silence. I believe that God's in me. I believe that God's in me. The sun's in the color and fragrance of a flower. I believe I believe that God's in me. The sun's in the color and fragrance of a flower. I believe that God's in me. I believe that God's in me. The sun's in the color and fragrance of a flower. I believe that God's in me. I believe that God's in me. The sun's in the color and fragrance of a flower. The light in my darkness, the voice in my silence.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to our family Shabbat service for this Friday evening, 29th of July, if I'm not mistaken. Good to be with you online. I'm here in the sanctuary at Temple Beth Israel. Normally I'd be here with Rabbi Jonathan, but he is still up at Camp Newman. But he always wants to make sure I wish you a Shabbat Shalom from him. So let's sing a few songs together, okay? We are all together, we are all together, we are all together, Hine Matov. Why don't we try that? Everyone. We are all together, we are all together, we are all together, Hine Matov. Behold how good and precious it is that we are here, hand in hand, shoulder to shoulder, holding close all we hold dear. We are brothers, we are sisters, we're all that we have got. Hine Matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. We are all together, we are all together, we are all together, Hine Matov. Behold how good and precious it is when we seek peace, when we open up our tables and let each one have a seat. We are stronger when united, one people under one God. Hine ma tov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. We are all together, we are all together, we are all together. Hine ma tov. We are all together, we are all together, we are all together. Hine ma tov. Hine ma tov, how good and beautiful it is for all of us to be together as one. In fact, why don't we do another Hine ma tov? Hine ma tov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Hine ma tov, hine ma tov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Shalom aleichem, salam aleikum. Shalom aleichem, salam aleikum. Shalom aleichem, salam aleikum. Shalom aleichem, salam aleikum. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Hine ma tov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Shevet achim gam yachad. Shevet achim gam yachad. Bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam. Bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom. Shabbat 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 shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom. Bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam. Bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam. Shabbat Shalom, everyone out there in Cyber Shul. I am so glad you could join us this evening to celebrate Shabbat together. Just looking forward, 2 weeks from tonight, we will have another opportunity to join together in our sanctuary for our second Shabbat of the month in person. Next week we will be here at Temple Beth Israel. We will be outside for our picnic and regular evening service. There will be an online family service as well, but I just wanted to plant that seed if you want to come out here and join us with your families anytime starting after 6 o'clock to picnic on our great lawn, to maybe stay for a little bit of the service. That would be super. And then, of course, like I said, the next week, which I think is the 13th, we will have, no, it's the 12th, actually. We will have our regular second week in-person service right here in our sanctuary. So let's get this Shabbat show on the road with the lighting of our Shabbat candles. I'm going to come over here and get ready to kindle the lights. I'm going to make 3 big circles. Hopefully they'll stay lit. They'll stay lit. Go, 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 go. Three big circles, one for ourselves, one for our family and friends, and one for all the people in the world. And then we'll join together in our blessing. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu v'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner, lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. So we welcome the Sabbath with a song, a text called Lecha Dodi, which means come my good friend, or come my beloved, depending on how you understand it. And it comes from many, many years ago when the Kabbalists, especially mystical, spiritual people of a little town in Israel called Tzvat, used to gather outside as the sun was setting and welcome the Sabbath into their community as if she was a beautiful bride or a beautiful queen. So let's all sing Lecha Dodi together. Come, my beloved, my good friend, let's meet the Sabbath bride. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, penei shaban, nekabla, lecha Dodi, likrat kala, penei shaban, nekabla. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Umevorah. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Umevorah. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, penei shaban, nekabla, Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, penei shaban, nekabla. Now that we've welcomed our Shabbat Queen into our communities, into our homes, into our hearts, we can start our time of connecting with God with our Baruch Hu prayer. It's going to go something like this. Yada dai dai dai, 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 yada dai dai dai. Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Do you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed, le'olam va'ed. Yada dai dai dai, 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 yada dai dai dai. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Well, every Shabbat, in fact, every day, at least twice a day, we like to remember where we came from and maybe think about where we're going with the words of Micha Mocha, the song at the sea, the song that the Israelites sang as they left on their journey to freedom after having been servants to Pharaoh in Egypt. And I invite you to get your finger snappers ready. Since I'm all by myself today, I don't have a designated snapper like Rabbi Kupitz to help me. So you all know, I think, where we give our little snaps. So let's try that, okay? Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, norah tehilot osei felech. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, norah tehilot osei felech. מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקעם לפני משה ומרים. זה אלי אנו. ואמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. מי כמוך באלם אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, נורא תהילות עושי פלא. ra tehilot osei felen. No ra tehilot osei felen. So this is the time when we all have an opportunity to open up our hearts to God, to say special words of thanks and appreciation for all of the beauty in our lives. And maybe if we're, having a little trouble, a little not feeling so good for whatever reason, we can use this time also to just go inside and take a nice deep breath and breathe in some God energy. That always helps to at least help to fix whatever is bugging us. And we'll do that. We'll start off with our Adonai Svatai prayer, asking God to open our lips or our hearts, and that so we can connect directly with that God energy that's all around us. And then we'll acknowledge our avot, our ancestors, and then we'll move towards our Torah service and go see our Torah, and then we'll have a story. How's that sound? Adonai Sefatai tiftach ufi yagi tehilatecha Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth can say words of praise to you. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah Baruch atah Adonai Avraham Bezrat Sarah. So we're going to take a walk over to our ark where the Torah scrolls are, and we'll open it up and we'll sing our Torah song, okay? Eitz Chaim hi lemachazikim ba betomcheha me'ushar. Eitz Chaim hi lemachazikim ba betomcheha me'ushar. Shalom, 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 shalom. It is the tree of life to those who hold fast to it. All of its supporters are happy. It is a tree of life to those who hold fast to it. All who embrace it are happy. Shalom, 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 shalom. This is the story of Rabbi Chaim and the king, and it comes from the country of Morocco. Rabbi Chaim ben Attar was a skilled tailor as well as a Torah scholar. His custom was to sew clothes for 1 or 2 days. After he had earned enough money, he would stop working and learn with his students at the special school. When he had no more money, only then would he go out and look for more jobs. Now the daughter of the king was getting married, and the king wanted to find a tailor who could make the kaftans for her dowry, the beautiful long gowns. A kaftan was a particular style of dress worn by the children of the king. He called the chief tailor and he told him exactly what he wanted for his daughter's dowry. And he wanted these things immediately. The chief tailor knew just who to ask, Rabbi Chaim, for Rabbi Chaim was the only tailor who could sew such a kaftan. The chief tailor went looking for Rabbi Chaim. He looked everywhere in the marketplace, but he couldn't find him. Then he asked for directions to the rabbi's house, and he asked there. He's in the school studying with his students, the rabbi's wife told him. The chief tailor went to the school, and he found Rabbi Chaim there. Rabbi Chaim was reading out of one of the holy books with all the students around him listening intently. I've looked for you everywhere, he told the rabbi. The king needs a tailor to sew for his daughter's dowry, and you are the only one who knows how to make such a fine kaftan. You will be well paid for your work. But I will not be sewing until next week, Rabbi said. What? Said the chief tailor. You heard me, said Rabbi Chaim, and he continued to study and to teach. Since the rabbi continued to ignore the chief tailor, he had no option but to leave. Soon the king called his chief tailor to him because he wanted to see the kaftans. What am I to do, said the chief tailor. The rabbi who can sew the kaftans will not work. I will have this Rabbi Chaim brought to me, said the king. I must question him myself. So Rabbi Chaim was brought before the king. Why didn't you sew the clothes for me, he asked. I never do any sewing until I have no money left, said Rabbi Chaim. As long as I have some money, I study the Torah and I teach my students. Then when I have no money, I work again. Right now, I have enough money for the rest of the week, so I can continue my studies. Thank goodness. You dare say this to the king? The king was so angry that he called a guard and sentenced Rabbi Chaim to the pit where he'd be thrown in with lions and tigers and other wild beasts. I will need to take my books with me, Rabbi Chaim said. And he put his books of Jewish law, his prayer shawl, his prayer boxes into a sack. First, throw the sack into the pit, and then me, he told the guards. The guards did this, and he left for the night. The next morning, when the guards came back to the pit, they were expecting to find very little left of the poor old rabbi who dared to defy the king. But what they saw utterly astonished them. There was Rabbi Chaim untouched. He was wrapped in his prayer shawl, wearing his prayer boxes on his forehead and arm. He was reading aloud from the holy book in front of him to the lions and to the tigers and the other wild creatures. They listened to the rabbi's chanting just as his students in the school did. The guards ran to tell the king. I do not believe this could happen, said the king. Then come and see, the guards told him. The king went down to the pit and he peered down. He too saw Rabbi Chaim standing there, reading aloud from holy books with the wild animals all around him listening. This man must be a saint. We must pull him back up and release him, the king said. Pull up my things first, Rabbi Chaim called, and then me. The guards did just as the rabbi instructed. Rabbi Chaim was allowed to go back to his school and study and learn with his students. The king's tailor was told never to bother him there. If the king needed to sew something, the chief tailor was ordered to wait until such a time as the rabbi appeared in the marketplace looking for work. Then he could ask him. Such was the miracle that happened to Rabbi Chaim ben Attar. Shabbat Shalom. And speaking of Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom to you and all my friends. With Shabbat candles are burning bright. Shabbat candles burning bright. Shabbat candles, they're burning bright. Let us know it's a Friday night. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom to you and all my friends. With Shabbat challah, it's good to eat. Shabbat challah, so good to eat. Shabbat challah, it's good to eat. It's a special Shabbat treat. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom to you and all my friends. With Shabbat day, it's my favorite day. Shabbat day, my favorite day. Shabbat day, it's my favorite day. That's the day I get to say Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom to you and all my friends. Well, Shabbat Shalom to all of my friends. If you are together with your families, I invite all of our families, all of our people who are on with us to kind of gather close with the ones you love as we have our Shabbat blessing. And just a couple of announcements. I think I mentioned the important ones at the beginning, which is that next Friday night we will be outside for our regular service, and that leading up to that, starting at 6 p.m., we invite you to join us for a Bring Your Own, a BYO picnic. We have tables and whatever you need set up outside. And you can spread out a blanket on the lawn, however you're comfortable. We will have a 6:30 service broadcast on Zoom. It probably will not be live outside. And then we will have our live service at 7:30, hopefully with members of our shul band, outdoors, and it will be beautiful. So think about joining us. In the meantime, we have our weekly blessing. Yivarechecha Adonai V'yishmerecha. May God bless you with good and keep you safe. Ya'er Adonai panav v'lecha v'yichuneka. May God be with you and be kind to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom shalom. May you always know that God is close, and may God give you the gift of peace. Amen. Thank you once again for joining us this evening. We wish all of you a Shabbat Shalom, a Shabbat of rest, of peace, and hopefully new beginnings for the week to come. So we will see you soon. See you next week. Shabbat Shalom.